never thought one simple text message could change the way I saw my wife. For 8 years, I believed Rachel was everything I'd ever wanted: steady, kind, loyal, the kind of woman a man feels lucky to come home to. We had built a peaceful life together in the Portland suburbs. Our routines were simple: Friday nights with takeout and Netflix, quiet weekends, no drama, no shouting matches. That Thursday night began like any other, cold and windy, the sort of evening that made you grateful for warmth. I'd just finished the dishes when Rachel appeared in the living room wearing a black dress I hadn't seen since our early days together. "Girls' night out," she said lightly as she put on her lipstick in the hallway mirror. "Don't wait up, okay?" Her tone sounded casual, but something about it felt off, like it had been rehearsed. I smiled, told her to have fun, and watched her leave. When the door closed, I stood there longer than I meant to, staring at the space she'd left behind. That phrase, "don't wait up," stuck with me. Maybe because she hadn't gone out with friends in ages. Maybe because she hadn't said who she was meeting. Half an hour later, I tried to distract myself, scrolled through my phone, turned on the TV, but the unease wouldn't go away. Around 9:30, my phone buzzed. A message from Rachel. *K, I'm at a girls' night out. Don't wait for me. *, no emojis, no pictures, no mention of friends. Just a flat message. That wasn't like her. Something inside me stirred. Instinct, maybe. I typed back. *, that's strange. I just saw Jessica at the grocery store. Jessica was her closest friend, the one she usually went out with. In truth, I hadn't seen Jessica at all. I just wanted to see how Rachel would respond. The message was read instantly. Then nothing. A minute passed. Then another. Suddenly, headlights swept across the window. A car pulled up fast, gravel crunching under the tires. The front door flew open, and there she was, Rachel, pale, shaking, her eyes wide with fear. "Why did you say that?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Say what?" I replied calmly. "That you saw Jessica." "I did," I said evenly. "She told me she wasn't out with you tonight." Rachel froze, her hand still on the doorknob. The silence between us was heavy, broken only by the faint hum of the refrigerator. Finally, she sank onto the couch across from me. "Okay," she whispered. "I need to explain." She talked fast, something about a coworker's birthday, a last-minute plan, how she didn't think it mattered. Her words sounded fragile, like excuses made out of paper. "Who were you with, Rachel?" I asked quietly. She hesitated, then looked away. "Just some people from work," she murmured. "Mostly guys." That silence that followed said more than any confession could. "It's not what you think," she added quickly. "I haven't said what I think," I told her. Tears welled in her eyes. I just needed a break from everything. From us. Things have felt so heavy lately. That line hit harder than anything else. When someone stops trying, they start hiding. "I would have understood," I said softly. "You didn't have to lie." She looked at me then, really looked at me for the first time in months. "I panicked," she whispered. "When you mentioned Jessica, I thought you knew." We sat in silence for a long time. She trembled on the couch. I felt a strange calm wash over me. Not anger, clarity. After a while, I stood. "You should get some rest. We'll talk tomorrow." "Where are you going?" she asked. "I don't know. Maybe for a drive." Her hand twitched as if to stop me, but she didn't move. I could see the realization in her eyes. She had already lost me. I drove for hours, through empty streets and glowing city lights, thinking about everything we used to be. The laughter, the dinners, the quiet comfort. Somewhere along the way, that version of us had died, and I hadn't noticed until that night when its ghost showed up in a little black dress. When I got home near dawn, Rachel was asleep on the couch, makeup streaked with tears, phone still in her hand. She looked small, fragile, almost like the woman I used to know, but I couldn't forget the fear in her eyes when she thought she'd been caught. Innocence doesn't bring fear. Guilt does. I didn't wake her. I packed a small bag, left a note on the counter, and walked out the door. It said only, *You told me not to wait for you. I finally listened. Asterisk. That was 3 months ago. She sent a few messages afterward, long, apologetic, full of memories. I never replied, because when trust dies, love doesn't explode, it fades into silence. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than any confession ever could.